ドジャースの大谷翔平が日本時間4日、敵地で行われたダイヤモンドバックス戦に1番投手兼 DH で出場し、投打にわたって圧巻のパフォーマンスを見せました。投手としては6回を投げ、2安打無失点、6奪三振の快投で今季6勝目をマーク。防御率は 0.74 まで良化し、改めて驚異的な安定感を示しました。打者としても4打数3安打2四球と5度出塁する大活躍。打率はついに3割1厘まで上昇し、マウンドでも打席でもチームを牽引する異次元の存在感を放ちました。この圧倒的な二刀流の活躍から一夜明けても、関係者たちの興奮は冷めやらないようです。ドジャースの同僚であるマックス・マンシー、そしてアメリカ代表監督を務めるマーク・デローサ氏も、前日の大谷のプレーを振り返り、その凄さを絶賛しています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Start with your legendary teammate and ask you what you're seeing from him on the mound. I mean, he's always been great, right? But this is the best we've ever seen him pitch. I know some starts he said he doesn't have his best stuff, and then he's still going 6 shutout innings, but it looked like he actually had his good stuff in his latest outing. What are you seeing from him, dude?
Yeah, I mean, everything he throws is just elite. You know, he's got 12 pitches that he can throw pretty much, and it's just as a hitter, when I think about him, I don't know how you would game plan, because you just don't know what he's going to attack you with. He can attack you with something different every single time, and every pitch that he's coming at you with is an elite pitch. It's not like he's got one bad pitch, even though he might think he's got a couple bad pitches. You know, they're all really good, and he's been locating them really well, and it's insane what he's been able to do, and it's been really fun to play behind him when he's on the mound.
You say 12 pitches?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many it actually is. I like to exaggerate a little bit, but I mean, it's four seam, sinker, cutter. It's like 3 types of sliders, pretty much. It's curveball, splitter. So I mean, what is that? That's 8, 9 pitches. So I only exaggerated a little bit, but he can throw all of those pitches.
But by the way, it reminds me of you, Darvish, because Darvish used to go 4 seam, sinker, cutter, slider, hard curveball, soft curveball, changeup, split. I mean, he was making knuckleball. I think he would throw. I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, that sounds like a Yu Darvish back when Yu Darvish was the age of Shohei. I mean, it's just fun to watch. When you're playing third base, or you just like out there bored, or do you become an outfielder and you're out there working on your swing because nobody puts the ball in play?
No. I mean, when I feel pretty engaged when he's pitching. With the righties, when he throws the sweeper or the curveball, you feel pretty confident. If they happen to put it in play, it's going to be on the ground towards you. And then when the lefties are up, you're kind of like, well, he's going to blow a fastball by them, and the only chance they're going to put it in play, it's going to be slapped to the left side. So, you feel pretty engaged when he's on the mound, and there's not too many balls getting hit hard at you, so it's a pretty comfortable experience at third base. At least a lot of the balls are just slow rollers hit towards you, so it's fun.
Max, how important do you think a Cy Young is for him? We were mentioning how he's got so much already on his bucket list to be the greatest player ever and win the titles and the MVPs. He hasn't won a Cy Young, so it's like, oh, I'm going to be so good this it's like he had the 50-50 season, and it's like, okay, I did that. I showed everyone how I can do that. This is my time to shine here. The other caveat is we happen to be in a year where there's really, really good top end starters in a Cy Young race, and even if 1 or 2 fall off, there's like 5 or 6 that he's going up against.
Yeah, I mean, I think a Cy Young means a lot to him. I think that's, he mentioned that was his goal at the start of the season, and that might be the only award he hasn't gotten yet. So, I think it probably means a lot. When he says he's going to do something, he generally goes out and does it, and that's pretty much what he's been doing this year.
What's he like when he doesn't pitch? I think today he gets the day off. So is he in there just messing with you guys? Does he get bored when he's not playing? Does he flick sunflower seeds like the starting pitchers? They used to do pumpkin seeds to see who could flick them the farthest, how many they could eat. Doing all these stupid things because they're bored. Is that what Shohei does on days he doesn't play?
During the game, he might joke around a little bit. He might have a little fun, but before the game, I'm sure he's going to somehow feel like his start last night wasn't that good, and so he's going to try to figure out how he could make it better. That's how much attention he pays to detail with this kind of stuff, and I'm sure he's got something he wants to work on, and he's going to be in there all day working on it. And then when the game starts, he's going to be in there having a lot of fun with the boys.
I like it. All right, let's get to the rest of the team here. How do you think things are looking one third of the way into the season? And I haven't been able to really ask this question to a player on a team since I've been in the industry. Is you guys figured out how to win back-to-back World Series titles. So you were able to figure out how to get through going the distance and then winning again. So what does it take to kind of hold off a World Series hangover for teams, coming off such like a long grind into October? And we've talked about this with you. I mean, you guys have had like the overseas trips to start years. You guys have had the deep runs into October. I know the team is well stacked and well coached and developed and all of that, but it still takes a toll, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think ultimately our cure to that is just, the veteran, how many veterans we have, how much experience we have, guys understanding how you show up every day and you go about the business. And, it's just a lot of focus on the team, the way we go about it, of doing it just day by day. And, whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day, you show up the next day and you just, we're always so focused on just one day at a time that, with all of our guys, that it doesn't matter if we have a bad game. You show up the next day and you do it all over again. And, we don't dwell on anything. And for us, that's always helped us eliminate, a lot of the noise outside. And, it's been kind of crazy. A lot of the guys have been grinding really hard, and, a lot of the guys have been feeling the last couple of years for sure. And yet we're still able to show up every single day and put together good games. And, I really just think it comes down to how much experience and all the veteran leadership that we've got in the clubhouse. I really think it comes down to all of that.
Max, you mentioned all the experience you have. I know why you came on. It's been a while. You haven't hit a home run in like 3 days, dude. Are you feeling okay? It's been like 3 days for you. So listen, people come on, they hit homers. I mean, it happened to Wilyer Abreu the other day. That's why I know it's been a long time for you, but you are mashing this year, dude. Like what is up?
Yeah, it's been a good start. Unfortunately for me, it hasn't been as good a start as I've wanted. I've been really bad in certain situations, and those are situations that I'm generally really good in and that I've thrived in. So, it's been a good start, but it's also been a bad start. And but for me, most importantly, it's been a great start on defense for me, and that's something that I've really been trying to focus on for years. And so that's to me, that's been the more important thing, is that I've been able to make an impact on the game defensively.
When you're doing self-analysis during the season, Max, how does it go? Do you rely on certain people within the organization to tell you what they're seeing from you? And then also, what are you looking at specifically? Like, are you looking at a certain report, stat, video? I know it's a mix of things, but like, can you give us, for young ball players out there, an example of some things that help them to self-evaluate?
Yeah, it's hard to not pay attention to numbers, but I try not to. For me, I try to pay attention to, am I getting the job done when the job requires it? Am I moving a guy over to third base? If there's a guy on second base, am I getting the ball on the ground to the right side, or am I driving? And if there's a guy on third base less than 2, am I scoring them? Those are the things that I always try to pay attention to. And, like I said, this year I've been extremely bad in a lot of those situations. I know I've hit a bunch of homers, and, I am hitting the ball well. It's just in certain situations I want to be a lot better. And that's what I try to focus on. And, when you focus on trying to play the game hard and play it the right way, generally it rewards you. And, that's just how I've always been. That's what I've always focused on.
He's got a .74 ERA, third lowest ERA through 10 starts all time since ERA became an official stat. And one more note, he leads the National League in on-base percentage.
Look at this. I went to MLB.com, and the headline is, Ohtani has the best of both worlds working in the desert. You walked in and you said, because for the past, month, Robert, Dira says, I'm done. I like my Shohei Ohtani hitting.
To concentrate on hitting.
And now you're back
I
in
got
love.
used to him that way. He was hitting 50 bombs, and then
to have the ability and singular focus to basically say, this year I'm going to win the Cy Young.
He did it 2 years ago when he said, I want to steal bags.
Yes.
What are you going to work on this year?
Well, that's like me saying I would like a six-pack. It's not happening.
If you put your time and energy
Wait,
into
you
it,
wanting a six-pack is the same as Shohei Ohtani wanting the Cy Young?
Pretty much. The difference is he's capable of doing it.
The early part of the year, his offense was scuffling a little bit. So every time I would check his numbers, he'd be hitting like 245 with 5.
And you weren't happy.
But he had a .7, and I'm like, yeah, but I like my Shohei to hit. He chose violence. He went the other way.
Pitching.
But now I blink, I look down, he's hitting 301 with 10 and 33 and a 420 on base percentage. So let's give in and give him some love right here, because he has been unbelievable for the Dodgers, not only on the mound, but you knew it was a matter of time. And he made a little subtle adjustment. I don't even know if he's aware of it. We'll get into a little side-by-side. He's opened up his front hip just a smidge, maybe to clear himself. Maybe he felt like he was being locked in. Maybe he felt like his tush wasn't up under him at the point of contact. Whatever he has done, it has worked. You see on May 29th compared to March 28th, just a little bit more open on his front side. That front hip clears a little bit easier, and he's able to drive the ball all over the lot. Bring up his numbers, the offensive splits through May 10th and then since May 11th. Take a look at this. Through May 11th, he was hitting 233 with 6, and that's when I was sitting there going, I get it, you're an unbelievable pitcher, but I need to see 500-foot homers to make me happy. Well, since May 11th, 438, 4 bombs, a 533 on base, and a 753 slug. He was on base 5 times last night. Oh, and by the way, he was dominant again on the mound. But it was interesting. You can tell he's a little frustrated with his performance on the mound. He was, dare I say, effectively wild last night. All right? I'm going to drop a rainbow curveball, then I'm going headhunting on Nolan Arenado. I mean, we're going dirt angels right there. It's 1-1. Now I got to get back in the box?
I don't want any of that.
You don't want any part of this.
Nope.
And then he goes to work, breaking ball, high heater, puts him away. How about my man Fernandez later on in the 3rd inning? And we got the slow-mo, elevated four-seam, cheese at the top of the zone to Nolan. It seemed like every time, we're just going to miss arm side up at his head. You know what you're getting the next pitch. You're getting the exact same pitch because he wasn't happy with the way he executed it. Then he goes frisbee cutter up and away, frisbee slide or sweeper, whatever you want to call it, because he's got 17 pitches. He has been unbelievable. His ranks, ERA he's 1st, fielding independent pitching he's 5th, opponent average he's 1st, opponent OPS he's 1st.
You had your
he's
first...
what 90% of the big leaguers did at 12 years old. They dominated their town little league, and then they threw no hitters, and then they had a choice to make. Greg Maddux always used to say that to us on the plane, because we used to get annoyed when he was taking his golf clubs and making more money than everyone, obviously, and leaving, and we're like, where are you going? He's like, you had a choice in Little League. You chose to hit.
You chose wrong.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
We are fortunate, I said this earlier, we're fortunate to witness 2 unicorns right now in our lifetime. Shohei Ohtani and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Wembanyama wasn't enough for the Knicks last night, but to see these 2 guys that may be potentially revolutionizing their sport at the same time, it's pretty incredible.
We saw some history last night. Christopher Sanchez's scoreless inning streak ended at 50 2/3. That's the 5th longest streak since 1893 and the longest ever by a lefty. Sanchez only gave up 1 run to win his 7th game. And then we have fellow Cy Young candidate Shohei Ohtani. He threw 6 scoreless innings to lower his ERA to .74 through his first 10 starts. That's the 3rd best since earned runs even became official in 1913. Well, baseball insider Jeff Passan joins us now. And Jeff, I just went through some of those numbers for Ohtani. It's another day, another milestone. But what jumps out to you about the way he's pitched this season?
This is just the manifestation of what everybody thought Shohei Ohtani was going to be when he came here almost a decade ago. Let's remember, the two-way player thing, it was something of a novelty, and really a lot of teams looked at him and just wanted him to pitch. And he has wanted to win a Cy Young Award his entire career. Now, he's behind Christopher Sanchez right now because Sanchez has thrown 25 plus more innings than him. He's behind Jacob Mizorowski now, but what Ohtani's been able to do in limiting batters and limiting damage this season has been incredible. As dominant as Mizorowski has been against hitters, Ohtani actually has a better OPS against, and with the command of the fastball, with his ability to throw the sweeper at any point, the splitter, and then even dropping in a 68-mile-an-hour curve last night just for giggles, he is a fully complete version of himself right now, and for everyone else, Kiana, that's a scary thought.
It's terrifying, especially when you look at just what he has done and what he continues to do.